Hello and welcome to another edition of Getting to Know. We're joined by bowling sophomore Allison Burnfeindt. Allison, thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So you guys were coming up in a very exciting part of your season. You had sectionals coming up, East Coast Conference Championship coming up when you found out the season was postponed. How has your time away from the Alley been?
It was really hard when the season was cut short like that. We were all kind of in disbelief because once we start in September, it's just like, oh, like we do all of this for the third week in March, and then third week in March comes and both like our huge tournaments were canceled. So it was really unfortunate, especially since it was our first year of seniors graduating and they weren't able to have that opportunity. So we were all upset about it.
Yeah, so this was a decently good year. You guys were set to make history, have more wins than the program has ever had heading into the tournament. It's almost, without a doubt that would have happened with the number of wins you needed to pick up. Talk about your reaction to hearing that, because it was a little bit on the fence of if you guys were going to get to have at least the ECC tournament portion of that. Talk about your reaction to finding out both of those events were being canceled.
Yeah, so I think it was that week. It was like that Thursday or something. We were getting ready to leave for that weekend to go to sectionals, and then we were seeing that like other sports were canceling, and then we were still like, oh, like we're still going. So we're like, okay, like, and then it was like the last minute and everything was canceled, and then they were like, oh, maybe we'll try to do it like another weekend, but then things were just closing quicker and quicker, and our tournament got canceled, and it was really upsetting, but just makes us more.
Everything from that third week of March and all was adjusting to everything. You guys had a very exciting time postponed, and then you had to move from in-person classes to online classes and adjust to a couple other things. How were online classes for you?
For me personally, I mean, in the beginning it was kind of hard to adjust to, but I'm going for nursing, so it was like panoptos and recordings already. So I honestly liked it better because I like usually record it and then come home and like rewrite all the notes. So I was able to just pause and go at my own speed. So I liked it.
That worked out well then. There's at least a positive in there for you. So everyone's kind of finding new ways to spend their time. Has there been any hobbies you've picked up, or what have you been doing with your free time when you weren't in class?
So right at the start of when everything went online, Malloy was sending out a lot of emails to like their nursing students about like job opportunities that like hospitals needed help. So I actually applied for a job at Cohen Children's Hospital and I got it. So I've been working and just, working at the hospital, conditioning, stuff like that.
Very nice. There are a lot of lessons to be learned during this pandemic. What are some things you've learned during this time?
I've really been spending a lot of time with like my family and friends. So just like to remember just to keep in mind like what's most important is your family and people beside you.
So when things come back to normalcy and we go into this next season, as we hope that things will go back to how they were before all of this, what are you most looking forward to once you're able to get back out on the lanes and back on campus?
It's going to be hard because we lost like so many seniors, but we're also gaining a lot of girls too. So just like looking forward to seeing what the season has for us and, trying to get to that third week of March. So hopefully we get far this year.
So we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're just going to ask you what we call the rapid fire section of the interview. So it's a first phrase or word that comes to your mind and there's no wrong answers. And it's kind of fun portion. What's your favorite pregame meal?
So usually we have to wake up at like 4 or 5 in the morning. So definitely coffee and like a sausage, egg, and cheese is my go-to.
There you go. So who's the funniest member of your team?
I would probably have to say Amanda Cruz. She definitely knows how to hype everybody up.
You're going into a big match, maybe the finals. What's your go-to pump-up song?
The whole team, we love to jam out to Get Low, and that's definitely our song.
So when you guys go on all of these tournament trips, who do you usually roommate with?
Usually we have a room with Christy, Amanda, and Kayla. So
If you could play any other sport at Malloy, what would it be?
probably soccer. My family loves soccer.
Did you play?
I played in high school, but I wasn't that good.
So have you been watching any kind of TV, either Netflix or Hulu or any streaming platform of choice? What's been your favorite thing that you've watched during quarantine?
Right now, I finished a lot of shows. I finished the last season of Grace, 13 Reasons Why, All American, like the list goes on. So now I'm just trying to find another show to watch.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite professional athlete?
Probably Shannon O'Keefe. She's a women bowler. She's really good.
And then do you have a favorite professional sports team?
I really like the women's U.S. soccer team. They're like all iconic.
Definitely.
Awesome, Allison. We appreciate you taking the time to talk to us. It was great catching up, and we look forward to see you on campus soon.
Thank you for having me. It was nice talking to you guys.
See you soon.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Thanks, you too.